Welcome, guys. Name is Raphael Williams. I want to welcome you to the presentation. We're going to have a great time in the next 15 minutes, so I hope you have your pens and pads ready. Let me just tell you a little bit more about myself. I started in this company 4 years ago, 2010. I graduated recently from college, and I was looking for what I'm going to do. I thought, hey, I graduated from college, like, what is there out there? I was used to working all the time in college, and now I have all this extra free time. So I went into bartending. That didn't really work because it didn't make the money that I wanted to. And at the end of the day, I was working a lot of hours but getting paid very minimally. So I'm a computer engineer by day, and I didn't have a lot of extra time to devote into something and not a lot of extra money since I'm just starting out. And so I stumbled upon this business, and it was amazing for me because it's allowing me to do the things that I want to strive out when I was a child to do, of owning my own business, being able to travel the world and such. So I'm going to share this with you. Hopefully it's a vehicle that can help you as well. Let's get started. So the company was started in 2001. They have 5 principles of success: vision, integrity, opportunity, freedom, and success. The co-founders have over 60 plus years of experience. That is huge because that means they can teach you how they were able to become successful. We have been in the Inc. 500, Inc. 5000 for the past 8 years. We're a privately held company that is positioned to go global. Inc. 500 and Inc. 5000 had companies like Google, Microsoft. So we are amongst the big boys. 50,000 square foot world headquarters in New York and another one on the West Coast in California. So this company is around to stay. And the reason that we have attributed our success is that representatives come first. Now I want you to ask yourself, does your school, does your job say that you come first in what you do? Think about it. We'll come back to that. So many people do this business for different reasons. Some people want some freedom, so they don't want to work a 9 to 5 job. Some of you on this call might be something like that. Some people just want to be their own boss, right? That was me. I didn't want to work a 9 to 5. I didn't want to answer to someone else. I didn't want to say, hey, can I take off leave? I just wanted to be able to go and come back when I was done vacationing. A lot of people need to pay off debt, something like a college debt that you've amassed through going to school, children's college fund charity. It really does not matter why you do the business. You just need to identify a reason why so that it drives you and it fuels you towards your goal. So this is just some credibility for us. We have the Rochester Top 100. We were behind Kodak, and now we're number one. We have the Inc. 500 that I mentioned to you earlier. That basically is a publication that focuses on privately held companies that are positioned to have a lot of success and have huge amounts of growth. We're in the direct selling news, but all of this is basically saying at the end of the day that people have done their research on the things that we are doing, and they think that what we're doing is great. So you're listening to a great presentation right now. So let's talk about different industries, right? Everyone wants to be a movie star. Everyone wants to be a singer. Some people want to be athletes. So let's look at those industries. So the movie industry makes about $11 billion last year. The music industry about 17 billion, and the NFL about 10 billion. But together, all of those wrapped up are somewhere around $37 billion, right? So that's a lot of money, right? But not so much when compared to direct sales, because that's $167 billion worldwide. So I ask you, would you like to limit yourself to $37 billion in the US, or expand your mindset, expand your frame of reference to the world and have a piece of $167 billion? Think about it. So these are some different wealth trends, right? Now, most of you that are on this, you've missed these wealth trends. We have the 1980s, the PC industry, long distance cell phone, all of these things. We may use these tools at the moment, but at the end of the day, we missed out on it to invest and actually make some money on it. But that's okay because we have the following 4 wealth trends that are available to us right now. We have energy, mobile marketing, healthcare, and wellness, right? These are huge, and I'm going to show you why they are so big. So Five Links has different divisions. We have the home division. So home division, let's just start with the big ticket item, residential energy. That is a $500 billion industry. That is huge. You can make so much money off just a small part of that industry. And you're saving people money. That's amazing. But we also have home security, Global Link's home phones, high-speed internet, Guys, the list goes on. But whatever you have in your home, we most likely supply it and we can get it to you for a cheaper price. So you're saving money off the bat and you're able to make money at the same time. That's amazing. Let's keep going though. Okay, so now you have businesses, right? Because if a person wants to save money, don't you think that businesses want to save money too and be able to get themselves out to their customers? Well, that's what we have with text alerts. Text alerts gives businesses the ability to market to their customers through text messages. Because how many of you have received the email and not looked at it and just thrown it into spam, right? But when you receive a text message, how many of you open that text message instantly to say, who is it? Even if you don't know the number, you want to know who's texting you because it's that important to you. Well, that's what text alerts gives businesses, the ability to get in direct contact with their customers. But we also have the commercial energy program, because just like homeowners want to save money, businesses want to save money as well. Healthcare alternative, commercial satellite TV. Again, guys, the list goes on. But we have what businesses want and what businesses need in order to stay in business. And finally, we have our wellness division. We just started this division. We're really excited about it because we have some great things going on. As you can see right there, 44 million Americans are uninsured. Guys, that is big. You know why that's big? Because it's bad because people are not insured, but it's good too because now we can help them and we can provide something that will be able to get them insured, get them covered, so that way they can actually live a better life. Okay, we have Montevita coffee. It's a coffee that's actually good for weight loss and also an appetite suppressant. We'll get into that. We have our High Five Challenge, which is made up of the Boost, Edge, and Lean. And finally, we have a healthcare alternatives. So let's talk a little bit more about the Montevita coffee. It has MCT oil, which has been talked about by Dr. Oz. It helps with weight loss, appetite suppression, absorption of essential nutrients. Guys, this is huge. Then you have Ramon seeds, providing antioxidants, vitamins A, B, C, and E, and protein, fiber, and minerals. And so guys, we're not just trying to give everybody another cup of coffee. We're trying to give them the best cup of coffee that they've ever had. And now we have our High Five Challenge, right? So about $104 billion was made last year from the weight loss industry, right? So we're positioned in another great area to help people make some money, but also to help people achieve a better life through being able to sculpt their body into something that they desire. So we have the High Five Lean. That's a protein shake packed with essential nutrients to help people regain their strength after they've done a workout. We have the High Five Edge, which is a dual part. It replenishes and stops the effects of aging, but it also helps when you are after a workout to help you recover faster and better. And then we have the High Five Boost, something you take before a workout to get you pumped up and ready so you can lift more weights and do more in the gym. So for those people that want to gain weight, you gain that muscle. And for people that want to lose weight, you're able to do even more in the gym, helping you to lose that weight. That's amazing. But guys, at the end of the day, you guys are probably saying, these are great, but how do I make money in that? And this is how I'm going to show you make money with this. So at the end of the day, this business is very simple. Keep it simple because you don't want to complicate it. We do two things. We help people to save money and we help people to make money. All those products and services, people can save money through that and be a customer of yours. And that's where the 10 customer points comes into play. And then those people who want to run with you, who are like-minded like you, and say, you know what, I want to live a better life. I don't want to just live a better life with my health, but I also want to live a better life with my wealth. So you find two people that are dedicated with you, get them to run with you, and that will close out your bonus, which will be $500 in your first 30 days, right? But let's make it even better. If you're an overachiever and you want to get 20 customer points and 2 business partners, that's an extra 1,000 in your first 30 days. Now that's huge, guy. How many people can say they made $1,000 in 30 days? And we'll show you how to do that later. Now, most people say, oh, this might be one of those pyramid things or a Ponzi scheme or something like that. So what I like to do is just show you guys some results. So, right, everyone usually starts around blue collar, white collar, right? And so they say, it started at the bottom, and then one day, if you're really lucky and you work really hard, you can rise to the top. Now, how many of you know anyone that has started at the bottom, being a blue collar or white collar worker, and risen to the top? I'll wait, because not too many people do, right? But then we have our way of doing business, where you start at the top of your own company and you recruit people to work and start their own companies. Again, they're not your employees. They are starting a company just like you. So as a result, they are responsible for everything that happens in their company, which is huge, guys, because then you find people that are more motivated to do more. Instead of trying to work for you, they want to work for themselves and achieve their goals, their dreams that they said that started out with. All right, let's keep going. So we have the residual payments, and this is where most of the money comes into play, right? So let's just give you an example. We have 20 people on your team, 20 billing customers for each person on your team, and then an average 50 cents commissions. That's $200. Yes, that's not huge, right? We're not changing lives with that, but that's an extra $200 that you would get if you did not work the business for the next month. How many of you can say that you get paid, right, when you don't go in and work for the next month, but you show up to work on Friday and they'll give you a paycheck? That does not happen, so that's huge. But that might not be enough for you, so let's add a zero. So if we add a zero to the left-hand side, bring your team up to 200 partners, we have to add a zero to the right. So now that's $2,000 a month. Now some of you, that's more than what you make with your job right now, and that'll help you so you can focus on school. You can start paying down some more of that college debt. Whatever your situation is, this is how you can change your life. But I will say to you, this money takes time to build. It will not happen overnight. But we have a solution for that, which we call the right now money. So these are weekly leadership bonuses that are paid out weekly, depending on your earned position within the company. So we have executive trainer, that's the ET position, executive director, that's the ED position, national director, senior vice president, platinum senior vice president. On the top, you see numbers. Those numbers are if you personally introduce someone into the business. So let's say, for example, you're a national director, so you introduce me into the business. That means you get paid $140 for introducing me into the business. But then let's say I'm a go-getter. I'm motivated. I'm saying, I'm going to blow this thing out the water. And so then I take this information and I showed it to about 20 of my closest friends, but only 10 of them actually have the vision. So those 10 get started. You then get paid $550 for that week. And you know how much work you did? You only showed me the business. I then took it and ran with it and showed the other 10. So how many of you would like to get paid at the end of the day $690, the $140 for me getting started, and the other $550 for me bringing in 10 people for just about 30 minutes to an hour of work? I know I certainly would. Let's keep it going though, because senior vice president and platinum senior vice president, well, they have some benefit packages attached to them that I'm pretty sure you guys would be interested in. So we have 5,000 stock options. This is huge. This is like a lottery ticket. What it means is when the company goes public, you're able to buy in at a set rate, which means you can sell the shares, do whatever you want with it. They're yours. Then you have the BMW payment. So it's $800 up to $800 to get the BMW of your choice. It just has to be silver. Now I don't know about you guys. I'm a black card type of person. But at the end of the day, silver and free drives really nice to me. Then we have the Global Links bonus. You get up to $3 for Global Links devices sold in your organization and annual vacation, guys. Now, this is a vacation, not a trip. What that means is this. You go, someone else foots the bill, you get whatever you want. You get dessert, you go out on excursions, whatever you want, you do it, and you don't have to see a bill. So you don't have to penny pinch and say, well, I'm trying to want to stay at this place and I can only go for this amount of time. You can go as long as the company pays for it. That's amazing. And then you get an expense account from about $500 to $1,500 to run your business. But you know what I see that as? I see that as gas for my new BMW, because I'm going to be driving a lot, growing my business. And now we have platinum senior vice president. So this is what I call the house on wheels. It's $4,000 a month up to for the Bentley of your choice. I personally want a Continental, but then you have another 5,000 shares of stock options. So now we're at 10,000 shares, and then you have the platinum bonus pool. So this is huge because we have basically a pool that grows over the year, and then what happens is the platinums will split it at the beginning of the year. So how many of us after Christmas would like to get a check from anywhere from $20,000 to about $130,000, because that's what 20 of our platinums split of over $1.7 million last year, and they received checks in that range. And that's just in one day. That's not including anything else that they did. But it keeps getting better, guys. Let's keep going. We have now a diamond senior vice president. You earn $300,000 for hitting this position. $300,000. Now, I know this might seem huge and out of reach, guys, but it's possible. Currently, we have no one at this position, so that could be you. If you want to be that runner, that person that's a go-getter, then 100% run with me so we can get you the Diamond Senior Vice President. But then after that, they pay you to live $10,000 a month. Guys, that's huge. How many people pay you just to live, just to exist? This is amazing. But guys, at the end of the day, let's talk about it because this is a business. Let's get serious for a second. So as a result, this is a business, which means that you have to invest, okay? All businesses need investments, but we just talked about $1,000 return. So we're going to have two positions available to us. We're not going to talk about the first one. We're just going to go straight into the second one, which is independent marketing representative, $249. You see all the yeses? That means that's money that you could make. No's means that that's money that you're missing out on. So we don't look at the no's, we just go for the yeses. So again, just to remind you, if you get 10 customer points, 2 business partners, you make $500 in your first 30 days. Now, if you're overachiever again, extra 10 customer points, now up to 20 customer points and 2 business partners, you get $1,000. So you make your money back and then some. That's amazing. But at the end of the day, we realize that you are new to this industry. And so we have training, local, regional, and national training that's set up to teach you how to do this business, right? And then we have the 5 Links University, which is an online university, which will teach you how to talk to people and how to go out there and build your dreams. Now, we do have some overhead though, because just like any business, there's some overhead. We have the personal website and business reporting. People will buy products to your personal website and business reporting so you can keep track of how your business is running. You know, you see your running account balance, things of that nature. And guys, that's the presentation. So really quickly, you know, I run into 2 objections when I see this presentation or when I deliver this presentation. Some people are like, you know what, that's great, you know, but I just don't have enough time. I'm running all over the place. Guys, and at the end of the day, if you don't have time now, when will you have time? So you have to make the time to achieve your dreams because no one else is going to want it more than you do. And then also we have people that say, you know what, I just don't have the money. And respectfully so, guys, this is a time to start. Because if you don't have the money now, again, when will you have it? Because time waits for no man. So guys, let's get together and find out a way to get you the money so that way you can get started and run with us. Now, there's usually 3 types of people though at the end of this presentation. First person says, you know what, that was a great presentation, but hey, I'm just not interested. And I understand, I respect it, but any day is a good day to save money. So definitely go to the products and services that we offer and just save some money. Because shoot, if you save some money, you just made some money at the same time. And then you have the person that says, you know what, kind of like me, who's like, you know what, it sounds good, I have some questions. By all means, guys, I'm here. I will answer any questions you have because I want to make sure that you make an informed decision about what you want to do with your future. And finally, we have the person that says, look, you could have stopped talking slides ago, okay? I'm in, I want to run with you. And I'm like, if you are that person, I'm ready to run with you too. Let's take this company to $1 billion. Let's change some lives in this and let's get you going. Guys, thank you for listening to this presentation. I appreciate it and talk soon. Have a great day.